Fantasy Ball's team managers. How goes it? It's your boy, the Commissioner, here to announce the results from the 2023 Fantasy Balls League vote. I just did a little test video and the sound worked, so if that shit happens again, I might murder somebody. Who knows? Let's find out. Anyway, league vote was commenced and has been completed. We had 10 people respond. I know technically we are a 10-person league, but if you remember, John did not participate in fantasy baseball. I'm pretty sure it was John. And Cameron did not participate in fantasy football. They both still voted on both. I think they can both make some responsible fantasy decisions, but their votes don't count in the leagues that they don't really vote in if it comes down to it. Anyway, Griff did ask for an option to abstain. Looked like he only used it like twice, so odd flex, Griff. But alas, there was an option to abstain. I know that Jimmy did not want to participate in fantasy baseball, so all of his votes for baseball things are disregarded as well. But we'll get to that. So, 10 people responded. I was not included in the votes. I don't know if I already said that. But 10 people. And I will announce like how the vote went back and forth. Okay, so I won't give commentary on everything, but a few things I have comments on here and there, so we'll see. Rule 1. Current champ decides how next year draft's order is determined. This did not pass as a vote, 6 no's to 4 yeas. Fuck off. 6 no's, 4 yeas. I guess I'll continue to determine how the draft order is determined going forward until we find a different way to do it. I thought this would be like a fun reward for the winner. They wouldn't determine like the exact order. Like they wouldn't say I draft number 1, this person's number 2. They just like pick the game or activity that we do that would determine who's first, second, all the way through. But until we think of a different idea, I will continue to determine how the league order is made, because I will not just be going in and hitting random, because that's some bullshit. Right? I think it should have some fun things behind it. Anyway, Rule 2, increase league buy-in to $50. Second place keeps money, the rest goes to the winner. This does not pass as a vote of 6 to 4. I think this is actually 6 to 3 technically when you take Cameron's out. I did not make an abstain for this because, again, I said this needed to be a unanimous vote. I know that some people might not be able to afford $50, but if you're a bitch and you were afraid that I did so bad this year, so I don't want to increase money because I'm going to lose next year, that's just a bitch mentality, and I don't know how to help you. Just be better, I guess. But, you do you. You do you. So, buy-in is not increasing. We will continue the $25 buy-in. Buy-ins to be paid to the commissioner 1 week prior to the draft, due to the commissioner, who will hold the prize money until the winner is crowned. This passes as a vote 6-2 to 1. That's not math. 7-2 to 1. My bad. Somebody abstained. I'm guessing probably Cameron again, who doesn't have any stake. I don't know. I didn't go through individually. But basically, how this will work is a week before the draft, you will have to pay me the league dues. I will set up probably a separate bank account or some separate account somehow to keep the money separate so that I don't use it in my own life. But everybody will pay me, including myself. I will move money into said spot so that it's the league money. And then once the league winner is crowned, I will send them all the money, and I will send the second place person back their buy-in, right? Because we're going to continue this person in second place keeps their money, winner gets the rest. The 2 of you that didn't vote for this is pretty standard in fantasy. It's a lot better than, I know we talked about it at the end of this year. But this is pretty standard in fantasy. So if you don't pay me a week before the draft, I do already have somebody that is willing to step in and join the league. So I will not be afraid to kick you out for a year or longer, depending on what happens. So just saying, just pay your dues. That's pretty standard for fantasy football. All right. which leads us to the next rule. If buy-in is not paid, member at fault will be removed and replaced. This also passes 7-2 to 1, right? So if you don't pay me the money a week before the draft, that's plenty of time for me to get the other person in there and you replaced, okay? And how that would work is basically the person that replaces you, if we already have determined the draft order, will take your place. But I'm assuming we won't do the draft order deciding until we are certain everybody has paid their dues. Anyway, I can't speak today. Missed extra point from kicker will be scored as a -5. This passes 7-3. Defense shutting out a team will be scored as +10. Passes 9-1. Playoff format will change from a 2-week playoff to a single-week playoff. This just means instead of playing the same team for 2 weeks and your scores being added together, you will now play each other once, one single week. This also passes 7-3. 3 weirdos. 2 playoff teams will be added to a total number of 6 teams. Number 1 seeds will have a bye in the playoffs. This passes 7-3. I can understand some people not wanting to pass this, as 6 teams is more than half our league technically. But the MLB does it now, so why can't we do it? Playoffs will not include Week 18 of the NFL season. This also passes 7-2 to 1. For those of you that don't know, this is just in case in Week 18 somebody's like star gets sat because their team already made the playoffs and they don't want to risk injury or something. Now your team, potentially in the championship, is not getting fucked because your number 1 guy is out. So that's all that is. Create a rivalry week based on previous season. This passed 100%. Everybody voted yes for this. So basically, I'll take a look at last season, see how everybody did head to head. Probably use that chart that I had and I sent in our group chat a little while ago, and change the schedule at some point in the as a commissioner. I can adjust the schedule and I will make everybody play each other during that said rivalry week, just to add some fun into our league. Create a doubleheader week. Teams will have 2 opponents this week. Both will go towards their overall record. Occurs when there is no bye week, so in the first 4 weeks of the season. Passes 8-2. Essentially, I don't think I can make it so that you're actually playing 2 weeks, 2 games at a time. Maybe I can. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into the logistics of it. But your score will be going head to head against 2 teams. You can go 2-0, you can go 1-1, 0-2, right? This is just a way to increase the number of games played in a season, to hopefully make the standings a little more competitive, right? And a little more entertaining. If you beat a team by 50 points, you get to rename their... Fuck, why can't I fucking speak today? It's not even just the video. I was in work today. I couldn't fucking speak. If you beat a team by 50 points, you get to rename their team. Passes 7-3. So don't get fucking blown out, I guess. Managers must change team name to include city and mascot. Does not pass. 6 no's, 1 abstained, 3 yeses. Totally get it. How about a little change of the names for some of you guys, like fucking Team Cornobus? Not to pick on you, Johnny. Love you, buddy. But you're the first one I could think of. Let's maybe change from just last names. Let's make it a little something. But again, not a requirement. Whatever. Add 1 keeper. Passes 6-4. Play second. Okay, so now we're into baseball. Play second inaugural fantasy baseball league. Passes 7-3. I know one of those is Jimmy, who's already said he's out. I don't know who the other 2 are. I can go in here and look. Now that you know everybody else is in, maybe you change your mind. I don't know. But that's at least 8 of us that are into playing fantasy baseball again. I'd like to get 2 more. So if the 2 of you that said no would like to hop in, that would be great, and then we would have 10, right? 7, 8, 9, yeah, then we'd have 10. So just think about it. If you don't want to play fantasy baseball, though, and you were one of those no's, let me know so that I can find some replacements so we don't have to go with 8, because that would just be stacked teams. Complete games are awarded +5 points. This passes 7-3. Rivalry. Fuck. Again, with the fucking words. Jesus fucking Christ. Get it together. Rivalry week. Based on previous season for baseball. This passes 5-4 to 1. So, almost a tie. I would have said yes anyway. Again, I think this makes it more fun. +5 points for ejections. Passes 7-3. I'll have to again look into the logistics of it. One of those no's was Jimmy anyway, so fuck him. For the rivalry week thing. +5 points for ejections. Really passes 7-2 if you take out Jimmy. So I'll have to figure out if that's like a thing I can do, or I'll have to like manually add points when people are ejected. $50 buy-in to be paid before the draft. This does not pass. 7 no's, 3 yays. Fine. $25 buy-in also does not pass because it was not unanimous. 6 yays, 3 no's if you take out Jimmy. I would like to revisit this as a fantasy baseball league. I think that we should at least consider it a buy-in. If you remember last year, after a while, people gave up, and I know you probably weren't having a good season, whatever it was. But that's kind of the point of a buy-in, right, guys? Like there's something on the line to work for. When there's no buy-in, it's easy to just give up. That's why we want to buy in, to keep the couple of people that weren't paying attention towards the end of the year to pay attention more and work a little harder. I believe fantasy baseball and fantasy football take the same amount of time. I'm pretty sure it's both. I think fantasy baseball is 20 seasons or 20 weeks regular season. NFL is 18, right? So it's 2 less weeks. And then if you factor in playoffs, it's whatever. It's 2 more weeks for baseball. I think we could all suck it up. Let's do it. Come on. People always say it takes too long, fantasy baseball. It's practically the same length as the NFL season, so it's not the length. I get, not everyone watches baseball every day. That's why Jimmy doesn't want to do it. If you don't want to be in the league, let me know. But I think we should revisit this as a league and consider adding a buy-in so that there's something on the line for everybody to play for. Because otherwise, what's the incentive to win again? Anyway, I will probably type something up for the league. A little one sheet to make it a little more clear which things got passed and which did not, just so everyone has a easy way to see all the rules. I probably will also be typing up a Fantasy Balls Fantasy League constitution because I'm autistic and I get real hyper focused on things sometimes. And bored pretty easily. So there might just be a day where I sit down and type out constitution for the league that has all of our rules in it. I've thought of the idea, so now it's pretty much guaranteed to happen, because that's just how the brain works. So, keep an eye out for at least the one sheet. I don't know how long it would take me to do the constitution, but I know I had thought of it a while ago, so it's pretty much guaranteed to happen now, once I kind of figure out job stuff. But, anyway, that is the league rules vote. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And we're looking forward to starting the Fantasy Baseball League. Probably be doing that in the next couple of weeks because spring training has already started. So, March 30th is opening day for baseball. And again, we probably want to be ready a week or two before that so we can have things figured out. All right, so I will catch you boys later. Have a good one.